Did you know that sometimes the collective mind of the fandom sees the truth long before the creators ever intended to reveal it? For years, theories fester in the darkest corners of the internet. Absurd predictions, impossible connections, whispers of the real story. They are usually dismissed as wishful thinking, but sometimes those whispers are gospel. Tonight, we pull back the curtain on the 5 wildest, most brilliant, and most controversial fan theories in entertainment history. The ones so accurate, they forced creators to acknowledge the astonishing power of their own audience. Our first theory takes us back to the original Star Wars trilogy. For years, one question plagued the fandom. Who was the mysterious cloaked Sith Lord, the puppet master pulling Darth Vader's strings? The Emperor. In 1980, before The Empire Strikes Back premiered, George Lucas had deliberately obscured the Emperor's identity. But hardcore fans noticed a pattern in the film's novelization and supplementary materials, suggesting the seemingly harmless politician, Senator Palpatine, was actually the Dark Menace. This theory was widely ridiculed. How could the Emperor, the dark symbol of galactic tyranny, be played by a relatively unknown senator who barely appeared on screen? But the fans were right. Lucas, and eventually the expanded universe, confirmed that the mild-mannered politician was in fact the darkest villain in the galaxy. Fans, working with scarce crumbs of information, had cracked the greatest secret in sci-fi history years before the films fully explained the intricate political architecture of evil. Next, we turn to the incredible complexity of Red Dead Redemption 2. This game is a prequel to the first, following Arthur Morgan. But sharp-eyed fans of the first game fixated on a minor character, Gavin. Gavin is never seen. He is only mentioned by his distraught friend, a frantic Englishman who wanders the massive map, desperately calling his name. The theory was bizarre. Gavin was not a character who had merely wandered off. Gavin was a time-traveling figure, a representation of the player themselves, because he was simply too generic, too elusive, and too central to a pointless side mission to be a regular disappearance. This theory was officially confirmed years later when a deep dive into the game's code revealed an unused line of dialogue from the Englishman stating, "He's in the wrong time. He's in the wrong place." While the character never explicitly appears, the code validated the idea that his mysterious vanishing was rooted in a dimension-bending secret, a profound nod to the fans who obsessively tracked the missing man. Our third entry deals with emotional tension in animation, specifically the children's classic Aladdin. Fans were captivated by the Genie, voiced unforgettably by Robin Williams. The prevailing theory was simple. The street vendor, who appears at the very beginning of the film, narrating the story and holding the lamp, was actually the Genie himself, freed from his servitude. Why? Because the vendor and the Genie share identical character designs, hand mannerisms, and voices. Both were voiced by Williams. The theory suggested the Genie was offering the audience a personal retelling of his own liberation. For decades, Disney remained silent, but eventually the filmmakers confessed. The fans were 100% correct. The opening scene was explicitly designed for that reveal, but it was cut from the final edit due to pacing issues. It wasn't until the theory gained massive popularity that the creators confirmed the truth, validating the keen observation of millions of viewers who saw beyond the cuts. When The Matrix premiered, its layers of philosophy kept audiences debating for years. But one key fan theory focused on the cold, calculating antagonist, agent. The Matrix's immune system turning cancerous against its own creator. His deep, visceral hatred of the system and his desire to escape it were not typical features of an agent. Smith was indeed a necessary but unstable correction implemented by the machine architecture, designed to balance the system, but inevitably evolving into a self-serving digital infection. The fan theory saw Smith's pathology clearly, recognizing that true evil is often found in the system trying to fix itself. Our final theory concerns one of the most beloved and heartbreaking objects in video game history, the weighted companion cube from Portal. Players bond emotionally with the cube, knowing they must eventually destroy it to proceed. Fans theorized that the cube contained the consciousness of a trapped human, possibly a scientist, or one of the test subjects GLaDOS had murdered. This theory was based entirely on GLaDOS's cruel language describing the cube as a trusted friend who could never speak. This dark theory was later confirmed via a haunting Easter egg. If a player intentionally burns the companion cube, a hidden sequence reveals a ghostly image of the cube hovering above the incinerator, and a faint, distorted human voice can be heard whispering, "Thank you." The fan theory was proven true, making the sacrifice not just sad, but horrifyingly personal. These theories prove that a powerful narrative never truly belongs to its creators alone. It lives and breathes in the audience, a massive collective intelligence that pieces together the breadcrumbs. It is in the shadows, the unused lines of code, and the silent visual cues that the true secrets are often found. And sometimes, the story we are told is less interesting than the story we manage to uncover ourselves.